Hi and welcome to WEH Videos. My name is Skip and I've decided to put this video out now instead of waiting till later. And I'm going to continue with my discussion on how you can install Windows 11 on your Windows 10 computer. Support is not supported by Microsoft anymore. As you all are aware, I'm sure by now, Windows 11 is out and Windows 10 will no longer be supported after August of this year, 2025. So for those of you who have spent an awful lot of money on a very expensive flight simulator computer, if you're worried about what you're going to have to do when Windows 10 is not supported, you can actually install Windows 11 on your machine even though it's unsupported. Now, I've watched a lot of videos on this, and it seems that one video by itself doesn't seem to work. I've tried several procedures, and by themselves they haven't worked. But I combined a few of these videos I've watched together, and I've found a way that worked for me. So I want to show you what I did to make Windows 11 available on my Windows 10 machine that does not support Windows 11, at least according to what Microsoft says. So this process may work for you or it may not work for you. So I suggest if it doesn't, you just keep searching, because there most likely is a way that you can get Windows 11 on your Windows 10 machine. So before you even start this process or even think about it, back up your hard drive. Back up everything that you don't want to lose. This process works. It can be done, but anytime you do things like this, there is a possibility that it won't work and you'll find that you have lost everything, even your hard drive possibly. So I need to put that warning out there. Now, I've done this. I didn't have any problem. It took me a while to figure it out, but it worked. Just be aware that you can have a problem. I suggest if you can find a way to clone your hard drive, so if you do lose it, you can just have another hard drive you can install in your machine. I realize that's a little more complicated than you want to think about, but that's just something you want to keep in the back of your mind. Now, this option that worked for me gave me the option of choosing to save all files and applications. So when I was done, I actually had a new computer with everything I had on my Windows 10 computer, only now it operated under Windows 11. When you go through the install process, you will have a choice of just installing Windows 11 and getting a fresh new version of Windows 11, and you will lose all your applications and files. Or you can install it with your applications and files. That was my choice, and it worked out really well. So let's go through the steps that I used. What we want to do is install Windows 11 on our Windows 10 machine so we can fly X-Plane. The first thing we need to do is go to the Microsoft website, where we can download an ISO file. So you're going to just search for Windows 11 download, and you want to find the Microsoft.com place and select Download Windows 11 from Microsoft. We're going to click on that, and we're going to scroll down to the ISO file. So we're going to download Windows 11 image, ISO for 64 devices. We're going to select our download, which will be one choice, and that will be that Windows 11 Multi-Edition, and we confirm our choice. After we confirm our choice, it's going to ask us for a language, and you have to do this if you want to save your files here. So we're going to choose English, United States, and we're going to confirm. And after this, we're going to click on the 64-bit download. Now, I've already done this, so I don't need to do this. But you're going to click this, and this file will go to your download folder. All right, now that we have it downloaded, we need a tool that will create an image on a USB drive. So we're going to find a USB image writer, and there's a couple of them. The one I used was USB Imager by GitLab. Be careful of this one here because these people will write other software on the download. They'll add stuff that you don't want. Make sure you use one of these writers that's respectable, and I had good luck with this one. So we're going to click on this and we're going to download. Next we go to our download folder or wherever you had it downloaded to, and you will see the imager here. We are going to extract all, and we will choose a location, and we will use right here, we're going to select extract. And here you'll see USB Imager. We'll click on that and actually just run it. And it's going to say don't run, more information, run anyway, that's fine. Yes, we want to install it. And now you have USB Imager, which looks just like this. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go to that file. So we'll hit these three little dots here, and we will search for, we'll go to our download place. Well, I didn't do that, so I can't show you that. So you're going to go to wherever you downloaded the image file, and you will put the image file there. Since I didn't do that, we can't do that. But then we're going to select a drive, and here you can see I have a drive selected, so I'm going to have the image up here, the file up here, and now I have my drive selected, and I click the right button. This will install all the install programs, everything you need to install Windows 11 on the USB drive, and now you're set to go to install Windows. All right, next we need to run the command prompt. So we're going to go down here where it says type search in here, and we're going to type COMM, and you'll notice right up here command prompt jumps right up. We're going to right click and do run as administrator. It's going to ask you if you want to do this, and you select yes. And here's the command prompt. Now we need to go to where the drive is. You've got the USB installed with the install instructions on it, and now we need to go to that place. So you're going to have to find out where that drive is. On mine, it happened to be on a G, the G drive, not an E or an F or something like that. So find out which one it's on. And now you'll see I have my G drive set up here. So now all I have to do is type the word setup.exe /product server. All right, now I am going to hit enter, and what you're going to find is Windows Installer Server. Now don't worry about the fact that it says server. You will be installing Windows 11. If you have Windows Pro on your machine, you will install Windows Pro. If you have Windows Home, you will be installing Windows Home. So now we're going to go next, and it's going to check for updates. And okay, now they're getting things ready. So you've probably all seen this before. So it's just like installing Windows. And we'll just see what happens here. Okay, so we are going to accept. And now here's your options. I want to keep my files and apps, or keep just the files, or nothing. Well, I want to keep all my files and apps, so I'm going to click Next. And it's going to make sure it's ready to install. Checking for updates. And now it's going to go through the whole install process. And this is where I have to stop because I've already done this. This will go through the process of installing Windows 11 on your machine. And if all goes well, you should end up with an operating system with all your existing files and everything. All right, if this doesn't work for you for some reason, don't give up. find a computer repair shop, a computer store, or maybe Best Buy if you got one in your area. I went to Central Computer. There's 5 stores here in the Bay Area where I live, and they were actually able to install Windows 11 on one of my old machines. And that's where I got the idea that I could do it myself, actually. All right. If that didn't work, if there's absolutely no way you can get Windows 11 to work on your Windows 10 PC, don't give up. There is always Linux. And I have found Linux to be quite an amazing operating system. It's got a pretty steep learning curve, and I have a long way to go. I believe it's much better than Windows. It's fast. It's not susceptible to viruses, as Microsoft seems to be. It's just Linux. Microsoft comes with a ton of other software that you will never, ever use. You don't even know what's on your machine. When you get Linux, for free, by the way, you just get Linux. It comes with a ton of software you can download, but by itself, you get Linux, and then you install what you want, and only what you want. So I've been using Linux now for a couple of weeks. I do have X-Plane on it, and it does work, but I'm having some issues. I don't have sound, and it doesn't recognize my rudder pedals. But from what I've heard, a lot of folks have X-Plane running just fine with Linux, and I hope to get to that point, and I hope to switch completely over to Linux with all my computers eventually. So that's another option, especially when there's nothing you can do with that $5,000 machine if you want Windows 11 on it, but it won't work. And when that's the only option, Linux is a great option. So there you go. So that's it for my video on hopefully upgrading your computer to Windows 11 or maybe switching to Linux. So thank you so much for watching. If you like this, please click the like button. If you have any questions or comments, please do leave them. I answer all of my questions and comments. So thank you so much for watching, and God bless.